Is the construction of yet another beachfront tourism property in keeping with Barbados' image on the world stage as a leader in advocacy for climate change resilience? That's the question on the minds of some as Prime Minister Mia Mottley took part in a groundbreaking ceremony for the island's newest hotel project. Mottley tweeted on Tuesday that breaking ground on the 132-room Hotel Indigo was, quote, a major show of confidence in Barbados, its economy, and its people. The hotel will occupy the site of the old Caribbean Hotel, and Mottley calculated that 250 construction jobs would be created while the structure is going up, and hundreds more Barbadians would be employed once the hotel opened its doors. However, critics quickly began retweeting the announcement with pointed questions and critiques. The artist's rendering of the forthcoming property depicts the building sitting right along the coastline, prompting Barbadians on Twitter to wonder if the administration's talk and actions were at cross purposes. One commenter with a Barbadian flag in their username tweeted, quote, "The coastline of Barbados is already crying and it's visibly getting worse, yet we are putting more hotels on said coastline. I don't understand it." Someone else tweeted that they foresaw the project impacting the environment negatively and wondered whether the property was an unnecessary addition to an already, quote, saturated tourism market. The commentary over the announcement of the resort's construction draws attention back to just earlier this week when it was announced that Barbados would be the first country to access climate funding from a new pilot program of the International Monetary Fund. Almost $300 million will be spent on ostensibly building the country's resilience against climate change and on implementing structural reforms. Last week, Wednesday, the country announced a debt for nature conversion deal, which the government said would raise up to $50 million over the course of 15 years to fund marine conservation efforts. Under the deal, Barbados will buy back some of its bonds due at the end of the decade and further beyond, replacing them with lower-cost debt instruments. The money thus freed up will be directed towards marine conservation finance, supporting the island's commitment to conserve approximately 30% of its ocean and sustainably improve its blue economy. According to nature.org, preserving Barbados's blue economy is among the government's top priorities, but as a nation heavily dependent on tourism, with tourism contributing up to 40% of the island's GDP and the same percentage of its total employment, can the two interests, more beachfront tourism infrastructure and coastline conservation, exist in harmony? Prime Minister Mottley thinks they can.